What's going on, everybody? C4, welcome back to the channel, and today we're for a new Madden retro rebuild where we start in 2012, go a full decade, 10 years, to current day Madden and try to build a dynasty. Today we're going to be taking a look at the New York Jets, led by Mr. Butt Fumble himself. Yes, as Madden 23 ratings and Madden 23 information comes out, there will be content based on that, but I still want to keep on keeping on with the retro content, be it retro rebuilds, be it some redraft rebuilds, be it continuing some career rebuilds. After the Jamarcus Russell video did very well, I had a blast doing that. I think I'm actually going to start recording on a Vince Young career revival next. But I want to get back into things here with the retro rebuilds, and today we're looking at the New York Jets. Taking a look, obviously we have Butt Fumble at quarterback, who's been good. Like that's the reason why I even picked the Jets, is because low-key been paying attention to the sim. The Jets seem to be a pretty confident team. Mark Sanchez does develop pretty nicely, so it'll be interesting to see if we can kind of get a what if Mark Sanchez was known as a great quarterback and not so much for the Butt Fumble. Actually, oddly enough, I went to a football game for the Philadelphia Eagles where Mark Sanchez played most of the game. I've been to 2 Eagles games in my life, hopefully 3 after this season or the next, and in both those games the starting quarterback got hurt relatively early, and I did see Mark Sanchez struggle to try and compete with the Miami Dolphins. So hopefully we can be a little bit better than that here today. We got the veteran LaDainian Tomlinson. I mean, he's at the end of his career, but still a productive rating. And I went for the Madden 12 base ratings and try to make these as accurate as possible, what these guys were pulling in. So a 1-2 bunch there with Sean Green, RIP, Joe McKnight, electrifying playmaker out of the backfield. We have Santonio Holmes. So he kind of cashed out from the Pittsburgh Steelers, went to the Jets. I'm pretty sure he was like okay, a little bit underwhelming, but he's still pulling in an 86 with the start F27. Very, very fast. 95 speed, 96 acceleration. We have Plexico Burris near the end of his career. Jeremy Curley as well. But I mean, as you're looking at this, plenty of spots that we want to try to upgrade. We have Dustin Keller at tight end, 83 with a normal dev. O-line, we got Brandon Moore, who's a 90, only normal, and he's 31, so he's kind of at his ceiling. Nick Mangold, very good center, 97 superstar at 27 years old. And first team all-name DeBrickashaw Ferguson at left tackle, 94 superstar. Flipping to the defense, we're going to be running at 3-4. We got rookie Mo Wilkerson, 76 with the hidden dev. A couple solid guys, role players beyond him. We have Thomas, great 1-2 punch at middle linebacker, Damian Harris and Bart Scott. And we got the veteran Calvin Pace coming off the edge here, but unfortunately is 30, so regression is pretty imminent. Jim Leonard, who's one of the best defensive coordinators in college football right now. We have him as our starting strong safety. Secondary is absolutely a strength for this team. We have Antonio Cromartie, 87 superstar, only 27, one of the best ball hawks of his generation. We have Kyle Wilson, 75 star dev, going into his second year at Boise State. But most importantly, Revis Island, Darrelle Revis, 99 superstar X Factor, only 26 years old. We're one of the guys, I'm saying, looking at this team, you know, who do I think can be here going the full 10 years, especially on the defensive side? I think we got Mo Wilkerson and definitely Darrelle Revis. You know, I watched the podcast with Asante Samuel, who's the I Am an Athlete. They kind of were dogging. It was like Pac-Man Jones and DJ Williams. They're kind of dogging Darrelle Revis as being a little bit overrated. Personally, I thought he was locked down. Like, since I've been watching football, top 10 corner that I've actually seen play. And I'm absolutely expecting him to take over in this rebuild. But it's still good team, plenty of holes that we're going to have to try and grow and develop, and hopefully add some big-time names throughout the draft. So without further ado, let's get into year 1 of our New York Jets retro rebuild. First year of extensions, we got DeBrickashaw Ferguson on a 4-year deal. I was thinking about 1 year for Pua, but he kind of threw us the middle finger on that contract offer, so much. Screw it. He can walk. We got Sean Green on a 3-year deal. I got Nick Folk on a 5-year. Why not? Let's just kind of add some stability to the kicker department. I got Slauson on a short-term deal. Really, other than that, I think we're probably good. We're going to have a lot of money going into free agency. Hopefully, there's some juicy free agents. So year 1 was kind of butt cheeks. I mean, our roster wasn't bad, but also, you know, I thought it was going to be pretty tough. Schematically, I suppose we see, you know, we're rocking with the Kyle Shanahan playbook. Similar run game, Anthony Lynn there. We have the Green Bay Packers. I just went with a 3-4. So that's, you know, learning curve a little bit there. 7 and 10. We don't have much in terms of explosive plays on the offensive side. But I mean, this is going to be a decent rebuild, man. Mark Sanchez was okay. 4,300 yards, 27 touchdowns, 14 picks, 62% completion percentage. Like, that's like a C-plus type season for a Madden quarterback. 1,000 yards and 9 for LT, even though we're going to be letting him move on. Sean Green, 7 touchdowns. Receiving, 68 catches, 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns for Santonio Holmes, which is great. 1,000 yards for Jeremy Curley in his rookie season, which is pretty dope. 900 yards for Plexico Burst, even though we're letting him also go into free agency. Just don't need all these veterans here. It's time to move on. Time to progress the team. Dustin Keller is still going to be here for tight end. 70 catches, 800 yards, 5 touchdowns. Not bad. Defensively, David Harris on the team with 131 tackles. We got 9 sacks from Kelvin Pace. Would love to see a little bit more production there to Mo Wilkerson, who was hidden dev, comes out as a superstar, which is awesome. I mean, at his peak, he was, you know, a constant 90 area code in Madden. So that's a pretty good starting point, as well as realistic starting point. 5 picks for Darrelle Revis, 4 for Kyle Wilson. Would like to see more picks for Antonio Cromartie. If we're being honest. Looking at the yearly awards quickly, I'm not expecting much. MVP went to Maurice Jones-Drew. There's old Tebow crushing it. Just quickly burning through this to see if there's any Jets. There is not. So the only saving grace potentially, I actually haven't looked. Usually I like to sneak peek just so I know what I'm talking about. If we had any dev traits, I optimistically, maybe 1 or 2. Santonio Holmes went from star up to a superstar. That's the one dev we got on offense. Defensively, nothing. Oh, that's a lie. DeVito, Mike DeVito, with his eyes shut, goes from star up, from normal up to a star. So, you know, I guess baby steps here in year 1. And if you want to know how this first free agency period is going, we got rejected by a punter. It's Pat McAfee, but it's still a punter nonetheless. Terrible free agency. There's no one there. Hopefully we can crush the draft. All right, we got pick 10 in the 2012 draft. And a terrific opportunity here to continue to develop our defense. Even though Mike DeVito went up dev trade, he's like 29, 81 at his ceiling. And someone like Fletcher Cox just at 10, probably best player available for a team that has a lot of holes. It wasn't able to be overly active in free agency. Very happy to bring in Fletch. And we have 2 first-round picks. Obviously, when we do these retro rebuilds, we're kind of dealt with the picks that the team actually has. And I can just keep kicking this pick down the road. It's probably just going to be easier to rip the Band-Aid off. And really, you know, we could abuse it a little bit. Dontari Poe's there if we want a straight-up D tackle. We also need a pass rush. We have Melvin Ingram, who we've used in rebuilds before. You know, a lot there at linebacker. You look more so. We need safety as well. We have Harrison Smith. We used him not too long ago. It really does come down to we either go Harrison Smith or we get a pass rush in, say, Chandler Jones, if we want to. You look at the offensive side of the ball, there's a chance if we wait till the second round, maybe this guy would still be available. I would love to get Russell, but also maybe Motive Sanchez becomes a guy, dude. Also, when else are we going to be able to draft Russell Wilson? You know what? I want to do something different. I've used Chandler Jones. I've used Harrison Smith. We've yet to use Russell Wilson. He's almost never going to be there when it comes to the second round if we're trying to pick him organically. So fuck it. Let's go, man. And in the second round, we'll go just best safety that is available since the pass rush is still cheesy players. I don't want to go 3 cheesy players. So with Devon Wilson, pretty good career. I think most notably with the Detroit Lions. Should be, you know, high 60s, low 70s maybe. So draft recap time. What's going to be probably one of our strongest drafts. We got Fletcher Cox in the first round, 74, hidden dev. Don't know if I'm going to keep it at D tackle. Might move into defensive end. We got Russell Wilson. Said screw it. Why not? Want to, you know, it's about, we got to use Russell Wilson at one point. What better time than this? I don't think Jet fans secretly want to see Mark Sanchez career redemption personally. Might be cooler to see if they pulled the trigger on moving on from Mark Sanchez and get someone else. So we got Russell Wilson. And then I got Tavon Wilson, 68 normal. And then we let the computer do its thing till the end of the draft. They hooked us up with Kalishi Assembly. I don't even need a lineman, but we'll take it. 74 with the hidden dev. He can play all over the line. We got Stephen Hill. Actually was, I don't know if he was their first round pick, but he was a bust selected by the Jets in this draft. Never really worked out height, weight, speed. Corey White, Josh Chapman, Trevin Wade, Desmond Moses in the 50s. Gross. I did come in, though, with our final pick because we needed a punter after missing on McAfee. There was Johnny Hecker. Didn't want to go that crazy, so I got Marquette King instead. 64 with the hidden dev trait. Overall, obviously, it's a Russell Wilson draft. Hopefully, that is a franchise-changing draft pick. So for year 2, quick recap of the team because we are definitely going in a new direction. Changes, we have Assembly starting at guard. Long term, I'm probably going to have him be Moore's replacement. We still got Slauson, Matt Slauson on the right side of 30, but we got to get Assembly these reps. Russell Wilson is going to be our starting quarterback. Stephen Hill's going to get an opportunity to kind of maybe turn his career around a little bit as our wide receiver 3. On the defensive side, I moved Mo Wilkerson. He's 315 pounds, so he's probably out of all these 3 guys, the most likely that could move into nose tackle. Fletcher Cox there at defensive end. Had to sign LeVar Arrington, the veteran, on a 1-year deal just because we couldn't draft new starters at every single position. We had a lot of roster turnover, so we get the veteran in for a 1-year. Same with Reggie Nelson at free safety. A little bit of Gator bias there. But 7-9 last year, obviously with Russell Wilson. We're going to assume the dev trade's going to be pretty high. Maybe you can usher this team to 500, maybe above 500. So you know what? We had Mark Sanchez. He's still, last year wasn't brutal as a starter. 76, 25 years old. Went to the trade block. Minnesota Vikings, number 1 need was quarterback. They had Everson Griffin as a pass rusher on the trade block. Obviously, he at this point would have been behind Jared Allen. So I threw him an offer, 75 star dev, 76 for an upgrade at quarterback for him. Both parties were happy with the deal. So now we have Everson Griffin. Obviously, in our scheme, we're going to kick him to an outside linebacker. For our year 2 contract extensions, we got Darrelle Revis on a 5-year deal. I got Dustin Keller on a 4-year. DeVito turned the deal down, but I do think I want to keep him around for 2 seasons till he's 30. That's, outside of dealing with his regression. So we'll come back to the table, give him probably around 20 mil. Everson Griffin, bargain. We're buying on the upside here. Gave him a 5-year deal, and we kept the fullback around. And to close out year 2, we were shooting for 500. We actually finished below 500, but it's good enough to sneak into the playoffs as a wildcard team. 8-9, our first AFC East title. I mean, not too much to brag about there. Taking a look at our roster, look at the stats because we had a lot of hidden devs. This was a cheese. This is probably going to be as cheesy. Now because we went so cheesy with that first draft to a degree, we'll take a, at some point in this rebuild, a draft or 2 of maybe some redemption type players. Kalicio Assembly was hidden dev. He comes out star. Russell Wilson was hidden dev. He comes out superstar. And we had Fletcher Cox on the defensive line. He was hidden dev. And he comes out as a superstar. So that means this team is, we're just getting ready to reach our peak. Taking a look at the stats this season. Again, I'm not too sure about the playbooks and stuff that we're rocking with. Looks real good from a touchdown standpoint. 4,200 yards, 41 touchdowns, 12 picks for rookie Russell Wilson. That is an outstanding start. Then again, we are using the Niners playbook, so Trey Lance usually sims out pretty well. Russell Wilson, stylistically, improviser archetype, might work out for us. Run the ball, 12-6 for Sean Green. We had 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns. Dustin Keller, 11-13 for Santonio Holmes. Over 1,000 yards for Jeremy Curley, 6-8 for Stephen Hill. Defensively, 130 tackles for David Harris, 12 sacks by Calvin Pace. Need to get Fletcher Cox and Everson Griffin more productive. Got to get them going. 20 TFLs for Mo Wilkerson is solid. 5 picks for Revis Island, 3 for Antonio Cromartie. Look at the yearly awards. Fully assume Russell Wilson to be Offensive Rookie of the Year. Number 10 in the MVP voting. Very dope. Offensive Rookie of the Year does go to Russell Wilson. Stephen Hill coming in at number 3. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Bobby Wagner. Fletcher Cox coming in at number 4. He, let's be honest, had kind of an underwhelming season. For the rest of the awards, no Jets. That's fine. It's just the beginning. This is year 1. So let's get into our first playoff game against Peyton. They're not that good. They got Peyton Manning. Got a couple old guys. They're an 80 overall. They're on the regression. They're all old man at this point. Could it be a change of the guard? And it is 46-20. We put up 46 on Dwight Freeney. Robert Mathis. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick for Russell Wilson. Outstanding. They could not stop the run. Could not stop Stantonio Holmes. We got a couple sacks here. Pick for David Harris. That's just changing the guard right there. We go into the next round, taking on the 2 seed Houston Texans. Jesus Christ, Aaron Foster, 25 touchdowns. This could be a tough one. And it was 29-10. But at least year 1 with this young new core of Jets, the new era of the Jets, getting a playoff victory over the Peyton Manning-led Colts. It's a good start here. It's a good way to end year 2. I'm not hating it. All right, so the 2013 draft, pick 25. We just desperately need safety help. I got to just go best safety available. Free and or strong, and that is Eric Reed, hidden dev in the first round. Honestly, we could use 2 safeties. The next guy, right, lives just big board style. Jonathan Cyprian might have a dev, might be normal, but there we go. 2 double hits at the safeties, pick 1 and 2. So after our safety hits, let's see what the computer did. Oh my God, they gave us Le'Veon Bell. And we also got Rex Burkhead for some reason. Let's go. I mean, it's not where Le'Veon went after, man, if he's actually dope, didn't he go to the Jets after Pittsburgh sat the year out? Was it the Jets that he went? I feel like it was. Well, that's pretty good. I mean, hey, I'll take the computer hookers up. We got Kalishi Assembly in year 1 from the CPU. Year 2, Le'Veon Bell. If they just keep always getting us a stud from rounds 3 on, 1 per year. I won't be greedy. Just give me 1 per year. This Jets team is going to become a dynasty. We get 2 safeties. Le'Veon Bell's going to be a backup to Sean Green, but it's obviously he's going to be our assumed long-term starter at running back. Kind of happy extensions here in year 3. Kind of light. We're looking at Vlad Dukas, 25.79. Solid role player. Got him on a 4-year. Get a little bit younger at linebacker. Of course, Madden had a update today. Madden 22 did, and some of the portraits don't work from the mod. I think that needs to get updated just a little bit. But most of them still work. I got Jeremy Curley. I think he's a serviceable wide receiver 3 type guy. So we got him on a 3-year deal. But other than that, man, saving our bucks. Because you already know. So it's going to be probably next year or the year after that, we're going to be spending $1 trillion trying to re-sign everybody. And in year 3, we finished a better record than we did last year as your division winners. We go 9-8, 3rd place in the East. Bills having a rough old time. No playoffs. Didn't really expect it, especially you throw Le'Veon Bell to the mix. And, better safeties. Not a great year out of Russell Wilson. He had 40 touchdowns last year, something ridiculous. How many did he have? He had 29 this year. But in his rookie season, nothing has changed. That's just unbelievable. 1,000 yards, Le'Veon Bell, 12 touchdowns, Sean Green, 1-2 punch there, 1,200 yards, Santonio Holmes. Defensively, David Harris with a lot of tackles. We got 15.5 sacks, Fletcher Cox, like seeing that. 3 picks for Darrell Reed. I mean, just, how? Why is it so why is it so random, man? Frustrating, because it just feels like no control over anything. We had 41 touchdowns, and I just straight up hit A 3 times the sim this year, and my guys are half as good, apparently. Le'Veon Bell, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Fletcher Cox is a D lineman of the year. Man, Fletch might have a chance to go from superstar up to an X Factor. That's probably going to be the only win we could get here in year 3. So take a look at the dev traits we have on offense. Anyways, Le'Veon Bell came out as a superstar up to an 80. That's our starter right there going forward. Defensively, Fletcher Cox did get the dev trait increase from superstar to an X Factor for being D lineman of the year. And Eric Reed, did he go up dev? I don't think he was a superstar right out the gate. If he was, this is looking kind of overpowered. And it was. So straight up, Eric Reed is a superstar. What? So we're going to the 2014 draft last year between Le'Veon Bell and Eric Reed. We got 2 superstars. It'd be pretty dope if we could do the same here. Offensively, I think a wide receiver, 3rd wide receiver would be a good upgrade. Defensively, middle linebacker. We need another middle linebacker. We need another pass rusher on the other side of Everson Griffin. Could use, DeVito's getting up there in age, but I would say middle linebacker, pass rusher, wide receiver. Seeing Ryan Shazier just go off the board, that would have been a great pick here, but he went at 16. We're on the clock at 17. No. We're on the clock at 17, trying to figure out what we want to do. And let's see what we have here. Wide receivers. We have Marquise Lee, Calvin Benjamin, Jordan Matthews. No, thank you. Straight trash. Defensively, looking for 3-4 defensive ends. Not really so much D4. I mean, D4 absolutely could be our pick. Tank Lawrence, Stephon Tuitt. We got Van Noy. CJ Mose. Oh, okay. You actually know what? We'll do that. Just because that's a fitting. He actually is with the Jets right now. Should be a good player. We'll just bypass his time with the Baltimore Ravens. We need pass rush help. So let's go Trent Murphy. A little bit of a phoning it in type pick. But, not every draft's going to be studs after studs after studs. All right, draft recap. Can we make it 3 drafts and the computer has got us an absolute stud? It doesn't look like it. CJ Mosley, we did our part. 76 hidden dev. Murphy 67. We got Schofield, Bruce Ellington, Lindsey. If he had a dev, which he probably should if he went back and re-entered the draft class, he's one of the better centers in the NFL. So the computer, I guess, tried to hook us up there in the 5th round, but a little bit of a down year outside of our 1st round pick. Still kind of lucky here with our extensions in year 4. No one's no 100 million plus type deals yet. We got David Harris on a 3-year. I know we're going to eat the regression from 92 from 30 to 33, but he's still going to be a pretty good linebacker. We got Antonio Cromartie on a 1-year deal, And I got Kyle Wilson on a 3-year deal, so we got 2 corners kind of locked up for the next couple seasons. Year 4 for the Jets, get the playoffs, 10-7, no divisional title, tied with the Patriots. But, I mean, come on, look at our team, 89 overall. We're too damn good to not be making the playoffs. Take a look at our stats. Would love to see something better than holy what? I haven't changed anything. The year Russell Wilson was like I played 4 games on all rookie and got 10 touchdowns a game. He got 41 touchdowns in sim and now 29 or 27 and then 22. The only way I'm not going to complain about this is Le'Veon Bell has 20 plus touchdowns, which he does not. We did have 25 total rushing touchdowns, which is, it's one of those things. Context is everything. 22 touchdowns when you also have 25 total rushing touchdowns is not that bad, but it's still not great. I've had quarterbacks that go over 30 and running backs that have go over 20. So at least we're winning, man. I guess that's the silver lining. Can't be complaining too much. We made the playoffs. 1,100 yards for Santonio Holmes defensively. David Harris leads 12 sacks for Fletcher Cox. Interception starting to dip just a teeny bit there. MVP goes to Ray Rice. Good God. Any Jets? CJ Mosley is Defensive Rookie of the Year. Congratulations to him. And that is unfortunately it. But we made the playoffs. We got to figure out what's going on with Russell Wilson. I did not pull the trigger on Russell Wilson, like getting Russell Wilson Jets rebuild, kind of focusing on him for him to be dog shit. I thought we were getting, and then we just fuck all in the playoffs here. I thought God's going to get 40 touchdowns a year. Not whatever the hell we're going on. Not 31st ranked offense. At least I know going to the offseason, I want to go try to get a big-time playmaker at wide receiver, be it free agency or the draft, to see if that can unlock Russell Wilson's potential. And as we close of the year, in terms of dev traits, nothing on offense. Kind of cool on the defensive side of the ball. CJ Mosley was a star, but after getting Defensive Rookie of the Year, goes up to a superstar, which is great because it's only going to be a matter of time till he takes over from Harris as our, quarterback of the defense, if you will. So I tried to be aggressive in free agency. Finally, we've been sitting on over $100 million of salary cap. Tried to get Randall Cobb. Gave him a big-time offer. He is like an 88 wide receiver. Didn't want to come. But we did get Dan Williams. He's an 85 nose tackle. And with that, we're going to be able to kick Mohamed Wilkerson back out to defensive end to play alongside Fletcher Cox. And hopefully that helps us get a little bit more sack production for anybody on this team not named Fletcher Cox. All right, here's going to be a little bit of a game. I was thinking about cheesing the system here a little bit and reuniting Russell Wilson's arguably favorite wide receiver. We have Tyler Lockett here, but because we did already do the whole, let's just out-draft Russell Wilson in the first round versus waiting, let's just hope and pray Tyler Lockett's there maybe in the second round, or maybe we trade up in the second round. I don't really want to cheese that one. If we can make it happen in the second round, I'll do it, because we also desperately need pass rush help, and we have Frank Clark here. We have Marcus Golden. You can look at... let's be honest, that's probably all we'd really want to. I don't think we've used Frank Clark, and I feel like he might have a chance at a dev. Maybe, maybe not. He does. That's pretty cool. We're paying the price. I'm giving up picks 2 and 3 to move up to pick 5, I believe it is. 5 or 6 in the second round. 6 in the second round to make it happen. Throw it in there. Russell Wilson was working out with some of these wide receivers. Found out his connection with this K-State beast. Why does he have F catching? What? Fake news. So in our draft recap, we got Frank Clark, 68. At least he has the hidden dev in the first round. Then trading up to get Tyler Lockett, 72 hidden dev in the second round. Other than that, fairly light from the draft. But we had to, after swinging and missing the Randall Cobb free agency, we have to get an impactful wide receiver. Given our quarterback, it's a perfect time to try to reach and get Tyler Lockett. And hey, maybe Frank Clark develops into a nice pass rush for us, or he'll be like Everson Griffin, where he's just kind of middle of the mall. All right, our extensions are getting a little bit on the heavy side. We do have the 5th-year options picked up for Fletcher Cox and Russell Wilson, but we're able to also come down to a 5-year extension Mo Wilkerson, 3 years for Santonio Holmes, 4 years for Kalishi Osemele, 5 years for Marquette King, and I just said, why not? Let's have a little bit of depth here at wide receiver 4 and keep Stephen Hill on. So at the end of year number 5, 10-7, our second AFC East divisional title for our 89 overall squad, which, we're feeling pretty good. I have no idea what to expect, though, from Russell Wilson, and we got a good roll, I suppose. 4,100 yards, 37 touchdowns. He had 22 last year, and then 27, I think, the year before that, but we're back up, which is great. 16-17 for Lev Bell, good God. 1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns for Dustin Keller. Tyler Lockett, 14 touchdowns as a rookie. Sub 1K. Same for Santonio. Defensively, big time tackles. Mosley, there they go. There's the passing of the guard there a little bit. 14.5 sacks there from Fletcher Cox. Still need to just get sacks from somebody else. What did Frank Clark do? I mean, he was kind of a little bit, down on the depth chart a little. Only 1 sack, man, on almost 50 tackles. Interceptions are up, though. 10 picks combined for Revis and Cromartie. Taking a look at the yearly awards quickly. MVP goes to Von Miller. Russell Wilson coming in at number 8. And looking for Jets, we have Tyler Lockett, Offensive Rookie of the Year. And Darrelle Revis, DB of the Year. Let's go. Ageless wonder there, like a fine wine. Let's see if we can do better than 1-0 in the playoffs. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's actually a team I kind of want to do next. They're on the list. I know they're going to be very good. I just kind of want to play the Steelers, man. They had like crazy wide receivers and stuff. You got Mike Wallace, Antonio Brown, Manny Sanders, all those guys. Anyways, we're the Jets, and we just smoked them 34-17. Going on to the divisional round, taking on the 14-win Ravens. See if we can run through the AFC North. And it ends there, man. Baltimore's usually a tough opponent to meet up in the playoffs with. They handle business. But, hey, we got the divisional title. We got a playoff victory. Things are at least kind of trending in the right direction. Finally, we can make some signings in free agency. It only took us 6 seasons. We got Marcel Reese at fullback, kind of just veteran scheme fit. He has an X factor for some reason. But we got Brandon Brooks at guard. We're going to kick him to left guard. He's only 27, 80 with that superstar dev. Absolute bargain contract. Too good to pass up. The only kind of position where our team's pretty well rounded right now, but Dustin Keller is starting to regress at tight end. Tight end's the only position that I was like going to the draft, like, yeah, if there's a good tight end, we'll grab that. And of course, we had really pick your shot. Hunter Henry's going to be a good player, good prospect. Austin Hooper, good player, good prospect. Higbee, good player, good prospect. But in the context of a first-round pick, there's only one real option here, and that is Hunter Henry. Let's go. Draft recap. Get Hunter Henry in the first round. I drafted Nick Kwiatkowski in the second round. Ooh, Hunter Henry, 77 hidden dev. The computer got us Will Redmond in the third, normal dev. Matt Ioannidis in the fourth. He could have a dev. He does. Dope. And our scheme, they'll have to kick him to a defensive end. Kenneth Dixon there at running back. But hey, I'll take, man, the CPU's been hooking us up here today. I appreciate it. Let's take a look at our team here as we get for year 6. Just to give you a refresher where we're at. Russell Wilson, 89 superstar. Lev Bell, 96 X Factor. We got Reese in there as an X Factor. Santonio Holmes is regressing now, but still a damn good player. Lockett, 84 with the star. Curley still there. I'm going to go Hunter Henry just as the starter. Higher upside. Keller can still get, whatever reps he can. Brandon Brooks coming over in free agency to really secure. I mean, it's even right tackle. Even though there's no depth trade, cost still 85. O-line, very, very good. Defensively, we got Fletch, Dan Williams, and Mo Wickerson on the front three. Frank Clark, Harris, Mosley, and Griffin at linebacker. Cyprian went up to a superstar, which is cool. Eric Reed almost in the 90 club. Darrelle Revis, much like Santonio Holmes, unfortunately, it's just father time, kind of regressing. Still an S-tier, top-tier corner. Cromartie is regressing as well. So I think that's something we got to start kind of focusing in on here, is replenishing our corner room with some younger talent. But for the time being, I absolutely think we should make the playoffs here again this season. It's one of the best teams in the NFL. And what might be the most expensive extension period that we've had so far in any retro rebuild. We got Nick Mangold, Brickshaw Ferguson, Fletcher Cox. His is actually a 5-year. I gave him a 6-year, 116 mil. We got Lev Bell on a 5-year, 50 mil. Russell Wilson on a 5-year, 169. Eric Reed on a 5-year, 62. Cyprian on a 3-year. It's just, we got no salary cap, but we keep all of our studs in-house, which is in top priority. Year 6, the success is sustainable. 12-5. Another AFC East championship, our third of the rebuild, back-to-back for our team here. Taking a look at these stats. Le'Veon Bell, second leading rusher, which looks pretty cool. Fucking what, man? What is with the unpredictableness of our quarterback? I mean, that's a huge year to Lev Bell. Don't get me twisted, but what the... I don't know. Very weird. Never seen really anything like this, especially this consistency. Huge year out of Fletch, 17 sacks, 21 TFLs, 4 picks there for Eric Reed. Leads the team. Yearly awards, MVP goes to Run DMC. That's kind of cool. Man, those Raiders. Darren McFadden, Colin Kaepernick. Hopefully we don't need to run into them at any point. So we got the Pittsburgh Steelers, a chance to avenge... No, we beat them last year in the first round, I'm pretty sure, right? And we continue to own them. Now we're going on to the division round with the Miami Dolphins. They were below us in the division. We need to, let them know we're the best team, which we do. And now with the Super Bowl on the line, we got to try to take down Darren McFadden. More importantly, Colin Kaepernick, ladies and gentlemen. Get fucked! Get fucked! The Jets are in the Super Bowl. All right, this is boding very well. 9-8 Saints. Then again, this is usually when you're so good that you're worried, right? It's too early in the rebuild still for me to hop in and play. It's risk having it crash, so we're just gonna straight up sim it. Come on, man. Let's get one. Let's get one Super Bowl here. What? What? 45-10? They got 31 in the fourth quarter. Holy fuck, man. Need another corner, need to get younger in the secondary, so I figure why not? We have a chance of redemption. A guy that was a high draft bust for the Jets. D. Milner, 25, star dev, 82, so a little bit different career path. So let's, bring him here, see what he can do for the Jets. Go to our first round pick of the 2017 draft. I need middle linebacker, corner. Those are kind of the two just spots to be a veterans. We didn't get David Harris replacement. We got Raekwon McMillan. Okay, I can pull the trigger on him. And then in the secondary, we have Kevin King. Got Sidney Jones there. A little bit of a redemption, but I assume with that rating. Screw it. Let's go with the redemption. There's a chance that Sidney Jones doesn't have anything, and he's just a high rating. But another guy, kind of a bust, unfortunately, due to injuries. So normal dev, but yeah, again, I'm expecting high rating. Had that first, second round true grade. Kind of worked out well because the next best linebacker is Gian Brown. Another chance at maybe a dev trait linebacker. Oh, shit. Come on. Here's our mulligan draft. We were due one. So what might be our worst draft to date? Sidney Jones at least has a good rating. 77 normal. Gian Brown was 68 normal. We got Montravis Adams, Monte Nicholson, Rudy Ford. Just not a lot. We didn't get much this year. A little bit light in terms of extensions here in year number 7, but we got Darrelle Revis on a 2-year deal. He's going to have to retire as a Jet. I'm not letting him go off to the Bucs and Patriots and all that nonsense. Got Vlad Ducasse on a 2-year, 1-year deal on David Harris, another guy I just would like to just retire here. With the Jets, I think we'll move on for Everson Griffin. Production just hasn't really been there. Year 7 ends, we go 10-7, don't even make the playoffs. Super competitive AFC East. That was brutal, man. Number 3 offense, number 6 rushing defense. We had a lot of good. Le'Veon Bell, leading rusher. Russ went off for 35. I don't know, man. That's brutal. We didn't make the playoffs. 1,000 yards for Hunter Henry. On the defensive side, David Harris, bunch of tackles. Huge year to Fletcher Cox, 24 TFLs, 14 sacks. Mo Wilkerson starting to put it all together. 4 picks, ageless wonder, like a fine wine, Darrelle Revis. And no playoffs, man. God damn. Le'Veon Bell, number 5 for the MVP race. He's running back of the year as well. But my God, man, it's just the AFC can't compete this year. What a waste of a strong season, all things considered. Spending a little bit here in free agency, we had a lot more money than expected because we had some retirements. We got Kyle Fuller now to pair in the secondary with Revis and Milner. We got Taylor Watt at left tackle because DeBrickashaw Ferguson retired. We also had a kind of surprise retirement, Santonio Holmes at wide receiver. So we're going to have to probably look towards the draft to get his replacement. All right, so we need wide receiver and a pass rusher to take over for Everson Griffin. We'll grab wideout here. Calvin Ridley, why not, man? Plus, I think he got a bad deal with the whole ban and the betting thing. So let's see if we can make him an absolute monster for us. Here are the Jets. Him alongside Tyler Lockett. Holy shit, it worked out. Literally, if I wasn't going Calvin Ridley, I was going to go Harold Landry at pass rush. And he's still there at pick 17 in the second round. So let's go Harold Landry. God damn. So this is the year the ratings are screwed up. I will fix them. They might change just a little bit. Calvin Ridley, 77. Harold Landry, 69. That's how we got Joe Noteboom, Brian Allen, Fumagalli, Kylie Fitz, and, average. But top 2 picks, can't go wrong with that. Year 8 light extensions, but guys we need to keep. Guys we're going to get locked in for the remainder of this rebuild. CJ Mosley, Tyler Lockett, Frank Clark. Very good from the same draft class. Year 8 finishes with a first round bye. 12-5. Our 4th AFC East championship. And we earned it, man. I don't know what our tiebreaker was with the Patriots, but we had the tiebreaker. We're the better team. We have Le'Veon Bell, apparently. Man, who would have thought the best player wouldn't be me choosing to get Russell Wilson, but it would be the CPU drafting us Lev Bell 1 year in the 3rd round. Great year for Russell Wilson, though. 34-5, 1,800 yards, 14 touchdowns. Lev Bell, 1,000 for Lockett, 1,000 for Henry. On the defensive side, CJ Mosley, 140 tackles to go along with 3 picks, 17 sacks. Fletcher Cox. Interceptions dripping there a little bit. We'd like to see Darrelle Revis still doing the damn thing, but maybe he's more of a lockdown guy. So ignore the fact that John Skelton's abusing the Chiefs playbook. Russell Wilson, number 9 for the MVP race. We have Calvin Ridley winning himself an Offensive Rookie of the Year award, as well as Fletcher Cox getting D Lineman of the Year. Very dominant for him. Well, let's see if we can go on a run. I mean, we got the 1st round bye. I mean, we're trying to get back to the Super Bowl here. Wasn't too long ago. 2 years ago, we were a embarrassing Super Bowl loss. And I'm starting to worry, man. That was our chance. 39-35. Our number 3 ranked defense gives up 39 fucking points. Awesome. Man, we just, like, something about these retro rebuilds, you can never get the top guy. I wanted to get Stephon Diggs. 94 X-Factor wide receiver. Paid $10 million bid more. More than I wanted to, because it was going to just absolutely ruin our salary cap. You never get the top guy. You get the top guys probably literally like 1 in 10 times. Brutal. At times like this, I make me like not take liberties when we can get a good guy in the draft, even if it's a little bit cheesy, because no one wants to sign in free agency. All right, pretty much what this draft on, I'm going to take the best wide receiver that's available. And I don't want to, seems like with DK here, you know, maybe him and Russ didn't get along nearly as much. So we're going to grab Debo. Let's go. And we'll get middle linebacker depth here. Bobby Okereke. Normal dev, but could have a high rating. And for a draft recap, Debo Samuel, 74 with a hidden dev. Bobby Okereke, 68. No, we got Foster Moreau, Greg Gaines, Corey Ballantyne. I mean, again, not much. I mean, the computer's done its job, giving us Lev Bell, Kalisha Assembly. Matt Ioannidis was a hidden dev. So we got 3 hidden dev CPU picks. I'll take it. And now we got Debo Samuel to come in, hopefully make a big-time impact for our offense for the remaining 2 years of this rebuild as we try and push for a Super Bowl victory. So let's take a quick little peek at our team. Year 9, not necessarily the final work, final show of practice. Oh man, Debo's only a star, dude. Brutal. In terms of like change, Lockett's up into the 90s. Calvin Ridley, superstar. Hunter Henry is a superstar. Everyone else, you know, fairly familiar. Lulon there. Brandon Brooks, 2 guys we brought in via free agency to bolster the offensive line. Fletch, Ioannidis, Wilkerson. We got Frank, Clark, Kwiatkowski, Mosley, and Landry at linebacker. Cyprian and Reed still doing the damn thing. Darrelle Revis, Kyle Fuller, D. Milner, Sidney Jones in the secondary. I mean, a really good team. Not overpowered, not a juggernaut by any means, but absolutely needs to be considered a Super Bowl contender here in year 9. For our final extension period, we got a couple guys who want to go the full gauntlet. Darrelle Revis would be cool to go to full 10. We got Assembly locked in. Nick Mangold will be cool to go to the full 10. We got Brandon Brooks on a short-term deal. Dukas has a chance to go to the full 10. Obviously, for all those guys, they just can't retire. I got Matt Ioannidis, gave him a 5-year deal. And that will be about it. Year 9, another dominant performance from the Jets. First round bye, 14-3. Our second straight AFC East championship. Le'Veon Bell crushing it, leading rusher. I think most touchdowns probably. Russell Wilson, 30-plus touchdowns. I will take that. Huge year from Le'Veon Bell. 1,000 yards for Tyler Lockett. On the defensive side of the ball, CJ Mosley, a bunch of, look at the sacks. Let's go out of nowhere. 19.5 Fletcher Cox, 18.5 for Mo Wilkerson. 3 picks, Jonathan Cyprian. Looking at the yearly awards, MVP goes to Adrian Peterson. Le'Veon Bell, runner up there. Number 2, he is Offensive Player of the Year. Russell Wilson, Quarterback of the Year. Le'Veon Bell, Running Back of the Year. I mean, everything's going our way. But then again, last time we were first round bye. Last year was 12-5. This year a little bit stronger. We got absolutely just pancaked. Tiny Dinky Daffy flattened by a dump truck. If you know, you know. That's what happened when we made the playoffs. So let's see what we got. 9-8. Pittsburgh Steelers, team that we have commonly seen in the playoffs. Fucking I don't know. It's just it is what it's just one of them rebuilds, I guess. We still got one more year, but it's going to be pretty tough. Number 3 offense, number 2 defense, and still being one and done in the playoffs. What are we, the Cowboys? And for our final free agency period, we need another middle linebacker for the middle of our defense. Jalen Smith is here, 93 X Factor. I literally just held the button down. I think the other top bid was 70, 80 million. I was just like, all right, I only want one guy. What's our cap room? And we got him in. 6 years, 121. If I could just bring that for every free agent, I guess I'd sign more guys. And literally the last spot to kind of fill out a depth chart is we only have one running back on the roster. So let's get a nice RB2 behind Le'Veon Bell. And we're going to do so by getting J.K. Dobbins. After the Dobbins pick, I just kind of sent with the draft. These guys are going to be all depth. Anyways, we got Matt Hennessy, Isaiah Rodgers, AJ Epineza, Foku, Reggie Ross. Actually, not a bad draft class, all things considered. But do or die time. Year 10, let's get that Super Bowl. And here it is, our year 10. This is as good as I think I can get it. Jets retro rebuild. Russell Wilson, 94 superstar. Lev Bell, dominant player. Should, MVP candidate every year. Lockett, Debo, and Calvin Ridley. We got Hunter Henry, Ducasse, Brandon Brooks, Mangold going the full 10 years. Kalicia Semele doing 9. And we got Taylor Lewan. But it's cool to see Mangold here, the last of a dying breed, even though Ducasse has been easy, he's kind of underrated. These Mangold, in terms of star talent. On the defensive side of the ball, unfortunately, Darrelle Revis couldn't go the full 10. Had to retire. We got Mo Wilkerson doing the full 10. Appreciate him for that. Rest of the team, there's just no real weaknesses here. Let's auto-generate here because Jalen Smith needs to move inside. That's a big get, man. 1-2 punch there. You're not running on us. You're not running on us. You shouldn't be able to outthrow us. You shouldn't be able to outrun us. I want 15 wins, minimum, and a Super Bowl victory here in year 10. And I wanted 15, but they gave us 14, still with the first round bye. We'll sim here right away, figure out who we're taking on in the opening round. It is our third straight AFC East championship. We have 6 for the rebuild, 6 out of 10 years, so we kind of dominate the division, which is kind of a silver lining with not a whole lot of playoff success. Look at the stats, Le'Veon Bell at the top. That's just kind of what he does. Russell Wilson, 34 touchdowns, not too bad. 19-19 for Lev Bell, 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. Tyler Lockett, defensively, Mosley with a whole bunch of tackles. Him and Jalen Smith, dominant. 19.5 sacks, Fletcher Cox, 11 for Mo Wilkerson. Interceptions just haven't really been the same since we had peak Darrelle Revis on the team. Mahomes on the Eagles is the MVP. Le'Veon Bell coming in at 3rd place. He is Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year going to Fletcher Cox. Running back goes to Le'Veon Bell. Wide receiver goes to Lockett. D lineman goes to Fletch. Feels like if we can go to the Super Bowl, I wouldn't be surprised if Tyler Lockett gets off of that star dev that he's kind of had his whole career to this point. Take a look at the career stats. Through 8 seasons, 10 seasons, is 10, but through 8 of his actual career, 35K for Russell Wilson, 284 touchdowns, 83 picks. We have in 7 seasons for Le'Veon Bell, 13,000 yards, 132 touchdowns, record-breaking pace. If he keeps on keeping on, if he would have kept going for 15, 20 years, probably would retire as the best running back in the history of the game. 6K and 59 touchdowns for Tyler Lockett. Marginal numbers for kind of everybody else. Defensively, CJ Mosley, 907 tackles. We got 133 sacks for Fletcher Cox, 82 for Mo Wilkerson. The interception in front, 12-12 for Reed and Cyprian. They've been here for the whole time. Would have been cool to see Revis. But then again, because he was already in the rosters when I started back in 2012, it probably would have been glitched. Anyways, I almost kind of hope I'm not going to say that. I don't hope we lose. But if we do lose, it's just a perfect example of like everything's random, nothing matters. But we handle business. 41-28. And like that, we are in the it's only a matter of time. I don't want to be doing good. I don't want to set everyone for failure. It seems like year 10, we've had a couple years where it falls on year 10 and we get a chance year 10. We're due for like, oh my God, one more win. We're in the Super Bowl year 10. We got to lose at some point. We got to have not a happy ending. And as you can see, we're just doing this all live. We're going on a run. And we have made the Super Bowl in year 10. It is a rematch of our fucking 45-10 defeat that we had back in the Madden 17 year that we beat the Saints in the playoffs and they kicked the shit out of us. This is a revenge game to end the video. Let's go. All right, let's go, baby. Let's go, Jets. 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 I feel like they have another nickname that I can't remember right now. Brain fart. But the Saints get the opening score of the game. We're able to tie this one up at 7. We obviously know the Saints have a particularly good playbook. That's all they got going for them. And I don't know if they still have Drew Brees. They probably do. Come on. We got Russell Wilson, man. So we go to the second half, up 17-14. Saints get a touchdown to start the second half, and also chew up most of the third quarter. We're able to get a touchdown there. 3-point lead, low scoring game, all things considered. We got 2:27. Even kick a field goal if we have to. We want that touchdown. We get the touchdown. We have the buffer, a minute 30, with our elite defense to just keep them out of, and they get like a fucking 40-yard bomb. And we go to overtime. Come on. Touchdown and win it. We kick the field goal. And they don't get it. A little bit anticlimactic if you like you're writing a movie and it's a Super Bowl and it goes to overtime. You probably don't have the realistic one team kicks a field goal, other team turnover on downs. But sometimes it's not going to be super pretty. And we have, at the buzzer, got a Super Bowl victory for the New York Jets. Which, I mean, it's a long time coming. All things considered, Russell Wilson, Tyler Lockett, Le'Veon Bell, for the most part, an S-tier offensive line. And we outdo Lamar Jackson. That answers the question if they had Drew Brees or not. They had Lamar Jackson, Jimmy Graham. Let's go. That one's for Darrelle Revis. That's like one of those ones you give Darrelle Revis a ring. Russell Wilson is our Super Bowl MVP, 300 yards passing, 3 touchdowns to 1 interception. Congratulations to him. Let's get the old screen grab of them lifting the trophy and we can get out of here. So I do appreciate you guys tuning in to today's video. Sorry it's been a little bit of a lag delay between retro content. My life has been, my house in general hasn't been the best. And nothing too serious, but we've just gone through a lot of stuff. And it's been easier for me to get like a 10-minute reaction to Madden 23 ratings out with both hand, foot, and mouth disease. If you're a parent, you know what I'm talking about. It's absolutely brutal. Got that. Not getting much sleep. I've had something called diverticulitis. I've been on antibiotics. I think I'm out the woods. I feel pretty good, but like the antibiotics were kicking my ass. It was just wasn't possible. They're like, because these take probably, when I start recording this, 6 hours ago. Like they take like a whole day to record. Just haven't had it in me, but we're getting back into a rhythm now. So thank you guys for your patience. And again, we'll get back up into a more consistent schedule for the retro rebuilds, the redraft rebuilds, the career revivals as we get closer and closer to Madden 23 season. But thank you guys for watching. As always, if you're stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. Leave a comment and hit that like button for the YouTube algorithm. But also, more importantly, to let me know you're enjoying the series and a comment about what team you want to see next in the retro rebuild. Personally, my gut is saying Pittsburgh, maybe Houston. But if there's something else you guys absolutely think I need to rebuild, I will do so. Plus, we still got Philly out there. That'll be pretty fun. But that may be something I save for the end because that'll be a personal favorite of mine. But either way, thank you very much for watching this video. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out. I love ya.